From the Top was made possible by grants from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, the Connecticut Commission on the Arts, and the Roberts Foundation.
Buffalo. Here we go. Give me that old tight shoe. Da 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 da.
No. Soft shoe, Willie. Give me that old soft shoe.
Tight it is, Shake Stick, my man. Times are tough. Money is not loose. Life is hard, and art is too long.
I thought art was too short.
Art too short? He must be 6'4", played forward for Seton Hall in the winter of '08.
Oh, the good old days of art. Mother Seton. I knew her before she was beatified.
We go back a long way, Shaky.
A long, shaky way is right. And this season is no different.
It's certainly no different so far. We don't know what to open with, or even if we can open.
Oh, cash and credit reserves down to practically nothing.
What do you mean, practically?
What we need is a buffo opener.
I'd settle for a soft drink.
Something to grab our audience.
There's always the hook.
Where is it, Willie? Where's the right script?
We could do my Uncle Herloff's epic.
Dancing in the morning. Never.
Poor Herloff. He made only 2 mistakes in his life. His wife and his career.
We sit on the thorns of Des Moines.
Ouch!
Oh, I mean on the thorns of dilemma.
It's disastrous, it's distasteful, it's dilemma! That's it. A show all about music. Where's that script I read this morning?
All about music. I love it. Nobody knows nothing about music like we know nothing about music.
If you know nothing like we know nothing, say, hey, oh, what a show. Here it is. And it's called All About Music.
I read that piece. It's spectacular. Who's the author? Anonymous Bosch?
What?
We'll have an anonymous Bosch. Bash with All About Music.
There's a great part for everybody in the company, and then some.
We'll hold auditions for the extra roles.
Hello, Bartlett. Our new show's all about music, and it's all about music. Set auditions immediately and get the cast and crew together post-Hastings.
How do you like them cornflakes?
Rehearsals at dawn. All right, noon. This theater is going for broke.
That won't be tough. This theater already is broke.
Shake, Shaky.
Will, Willie.
Taking it from the top, hitting the note, singing a song you and I wrote, dancing a storm up, or doing a warm-up, or towing to jazz, even ballet, hey!
Taking it from the top, hitting the note, singing a song you and I wrote, dancing a storm up, or doing a warm-up, or towing to jazz, even ballet, hey! Taking it from the top, acting in plays, drawing your friends, art is always moving to rhythms and speaking so clearly that poetry is so heartily gay. Join us as we look for art in a song. Yes, it's there to believe it will rise if we come. Join us as we look for art in a song.
Jonathan, you just painted your thumb.
A thumb painter for all seasons.
Just like our show, all about thumbs.
My dear Cadetta, our show is not all about thumbs. It's all about music. You're going to be wonderful in this show, and I'm no slouch on the boards myself. Why, have you ever seen my Hamlet or my Romeo? Oh! A slouch on the boards is worth 2 on the forecourt.
Hey, 2 points, basket.
Ah,
Hey,
yeah, right,
get the
right,
overhead,
right,
Sebastian. Boom.
A rise in time saves our mime for all seasons.
If these young snapper whippers don't stop fooling around, we'll never get this show off the ground. Willie and Shaky are going to need all the help they can get this season.
Stop the auditions! I can't take it anymore! If one more guy comes in here, says he's a magician, spits out an entire deck of playing cards onto my patent leather pumps, pulls out a sawed-off 180-year-old trumpet, and blasts the beeswax out of my inner eardrums, I'm gonna crawl back into my trunk, eat my peanuts, and turn myself into an elephant.
Turn yourself into an elephant?
Yeah.
Turn yourself into the police.
Huh?
That's the craziest thing I've heard since my Aunt Wanda cut off the bottom 3 inches from her closet door to give her shoes some air. We've got to have more auditions. We need singers. Where's the talent?
All the talent's on the coast.
All the talent is not on the coast. All the coast is on the coast. Which reminds me of an old joke about a man on a telephone.
I don't want to hear it!
All right.
I want talent!
Where's the talent? That's a cue if ever I heard one. Entrez-vous, you.
Do, re,
Me.
we're here to audition.
All right, make it snappy.
I want, I do, I want, 2, 3, 4.
1 second, a little respect.
We thought when you said make it snappy.
All right, we call the shots here.
Bang, bang!
Shots? I told you we call them.
All right, a little warm-up on a few do-re-mi. So would you pick up those microphones there, ladies? Here we go. And... No. Slower.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah.
All right. Now, sing this little composition of mine, which just so happens to use only the 4 notes of the scale. And...
The first 4 notes.
First 4 notes? Great Scott and brilliant bananas. I've done it again. Hear those brain cells hum.
All right, enough of the preparations. Let's hear the whole number.
All right, I give you a do.
Do.
1, 2, 3.
It's only the first 4 notes, Shaky.
That's it. Make it breathe, girls. Yes. And breathe.
I don't know.
Give it a chance. Give it a chance, Willie. It
Needs a few more notes.
needs something.
Nah, Shaky's gotta be Bafo. Give me tempo jazz there. Give me a bass line. Give me, come on. There we go, here we are. That's it.
All right, ladies, here we go.
That's it, that's more like it, Shake.
Yeah, ladies, I knew there was something in there.
Kick, turn, 1, 2, kick, turn. what? Ladies and girls and women, you got more talent than I can shake a steak at, shake a snake at, shake a malt at.
You're hired! Hired and lowered! You got the job! And you start right now. Let's move into our music recording studio.
Swing it, girls!
Listen to those 4 notes!
Look out, dancing, dancing! It's a hit, it's a hit!
It'll sell a zillion! Oh, yeah! Are you ready, CDE?
Beat it, maestro, please.
Let's take the rhythm. That's the drum set, the congas and the bongos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it with the rhythm and the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Taking it from the top, hitting the note, singing a song for you and I both, dancing a storm up, or doing a warm up, we'll throw into jazz, even ballet.
All right. Now, the harmony. Piano and marimba. 1, 2, 3, 4. CDE, we know you're right on. All right, it's time to put it all together. Let's blend this with our pre-recorded track of oboe, clarinet, and trumpet.
Don't forget the banjo.
Julius, we're ready to roll. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Taking it from the top, hitting the note, singing a song for you and I both, dancing a storm up, or doing a warm up, we'll throw into jazz, even ballet. Taking it from the top, acting a lady, drawing your friends, heart is always moving to rhythms and speaking so clearly that poetry is so utterly gay. Joy
and crawfish, we got ourselves a number.
Wait until we tell our folks.
Scamper off, my lovelies.
Our first paying job.
Paying job?
What pay?
What job?
What theater? Why did we hire them?
Because we just can't say no to talent.
Now more than ever, we've got to come up with a way to plug this show, and plug it good.
And plugging this show means publicity. Where's our stage manager?
We want our stage manager!
Ah, here's a fine spot.
Wow, yeah, that's great.
But don't think the theater's all hard work and no fun. I remember the time when Violette Verdi and Jonathan Clifford of the New York City Ballet graced our stage with a special matinee. The very air of their movement was exciting.
We want our stage manager!
Open sesame!
Open poppy seed. And you better be our stage manager.
What's happening, bosses? I love you bosses to bosses.
Pleases, what is he talking about?
He is our stage manager.
I mean, please, Bartleave.
Bartlett.
Bartlett?
Bartleave. I mean, Bartlett.
Bartleave, Bartlett. Let well enough leave alone.
Well enough left alone? Without an escort? Don't you dare let well enough leave alone again.
Leave well enough alone, let alone enough.
Enough! Did you get the posters plastered?
Did I get the posters plastered?
Did you get the posters plastered? Echo.
The length and breadth and depth and width, I love thee. I'm going to let the people of this fair and pleasant township know that the theater's doing a bang-up show called All About Music.
Terrific.
Phantasmagoric. Terrific-matastic.
What's wrong with you two? Got the producer blues?
Worry yourself about not one thing. Leave everything in the capable hands of Will and Shake.
Willie and Shake. Stick!
Vaudeville, my baby, vaudeville, my honey, vaudeville, my ragtime gal. Say, what are we paying you for?
What are we paying you for?
Everybody's a comedian.
I don't see what's so funny.
That makes 3 of us.
You're the stage manager, are you not?
Am I not? I'm Bartlett. I'm not.
That's enough out of you, Bartlett Not.
No, not.
The title of our next show.
No, not. So when's rehearsal?
For No, Not?
All About Music. The final dress rehearsal of... As if I didn't know.
You're asking me? Oh, yes. We're just about to begin.
Well, get a move on.
Places for the final dress rehearsal. All right, from the bottom. No. From the top. Let's do it, you bananas. Shh, let's watch this scene. Gee, I hope Julius gets that light cue.
Bartlett, less space.
Bartlett, more juice.
Bartlett, less loose.
Bartlett, less stiff.
Bartlett, more riff.
That's it. What an execution!
We'll knock him dead.
We'll bring him back alive. None of them know the half of it. This theater's in big bad trouble. Our next show? What about this one?
Look at these bills.
Look at these bills. Look at these Williams.
If we don't pay these Williams and these bills by sundown tomorrow next...
We'll lose the deed to this here ranch.
The what?
The theater.
Oh, the theater will be closed.
What a preposterous process this is.
We gotta plug this show and make it sell. It's our only hope to raise the money.
Money.
When the theater has to rely on money, it's in big trouble.
When does a theater not have to rely on money?
Never.
Never.
There's gotta be another way.
But for now, it's all on our capable shoulders.
Not so.
It's not so?
Not so capable shoulders.
Shoulder to shoulder, our not so capable shoulders. Shoulder to shoulder, our not so capable shoulders. Shoulder to shoulder, not so capable shoulders.
None of them know the quarter of it. Poor Jonathan, our apprentice hoofer. A great dancer he isn't, but how can we tell him not even to try? And Sebastian, preparing to do his mime solo, carefully putting on his makeup and adjusting his hat just right. And our dear Cordetta playing the piano for hours as the words of her song come to life in her dreams.
Waltzing and turning as I dance on, ever stronger lifting and breathing as I dance with ease, stretching my body, reaching out for some imagined love goal of my making, to be a prima ballerina in whirling, bowing, leaping, turning, practice my jumping and swirling and spinning round. Hours of work on pointing positions at the mirror, but by yes, it's my real love, yes, I will dance. Waltzing and turning as I dance on, ever stronger lifting and breathing as I dance with ease, stretching my body, reaching out for some imagined love goal of my making, to be a prima ballerina in whirling, bowing, leaping, turning, practice my jumping and swirling and spinning round. Hours of work on pointing positions at the mirror, by yes, it's my real love, yes, I will dance.
Shaky. It's worse than ever. The deadline nears, and still no solution. The theater is going under.
Maybe the answer's in one of our old routines.
What do you mean?
I mean, in the summer of Art 11, when the old Globe in Fresno was closing all around us, what did we do? And in the winter of '96, with not a fit night out for man or beast, what did we do then?
Nothing.
Courage, my man. Something will bail us out.
Fulfill my baby, fulfill my honey, fulfill my ragtime gal. A shake stick, a cold by any other name, I'd sneeze the same.
Say, Willie, who was that lady I saw you with in the rain last night?
Willie, who was that lady I saw you with in the rain last night?
There's an echo in here. Smart echo, huh? I mean, smart Alec, huh?
That was no lady. That was my umbrella.
How'd you like a knuckle sandwich with mashed potatoes, heavy on the dishwater?
I'll take buttered cob, and for dessert, boil me a popsicle. Fulfill my baby, fulfill my honey, fulfill my ragtime gal.
Say, Willie, do you know how to sing Far, Far Away?
Willie, do you know how to sing Far, Far Away?
Where's that echo? Echo!
No, Shaky, hum a few bars for me.
Push me and shove me, we're in a plane together. Push me fell out, who was left?
Yes. Push has come to shove. And the crunch is on. The theater is blitzed. The doors of this bastion of wonder, this wonder bastion will close, only to open
Nevermore.
nevermore, quoth we both. Nevermore.
Close the theater?
That's what they said.
They can't close the theater.
And for good.
Just think of the greats who have played these boards. Like Madame Crescendo Diminuendo, who positively refused to do anything but solos.
And Signor Basso Profundo, who agreed with her entirely.
I can sing very high, my voice hits the sky, where the air is so cold that it freezes airplanes' breath. I can sing very high, my notes reach the eyes of the storms, of the hurricanes that bluster us to death. But I'll never sing with anybody else, with my nose in the air. I'm the only singer out.
I can sing so very, very low, where mud and earth are humming life, where carrots and potatoes grow. I can sing so very, very low, where woodchucks, rabbits, groundhogs, chipmunks burrow very cozy homes. But I'll never, never sing with anybody else. You won't catch me, no leaving down home, me alone. I can sing so very, very low,
Voice hits the sky, where the air
humming life where carrots grow bright low. I can sing so very, very low,
reach the eyes
where
of the
woodchucks, rabbits,
storms,
groundhogs, chipmunks,
hurricanes that
burrow
bluster us
cozy
to death.
homes. But I'll never, never sing with anybody else. You won't catch me, no leaving down home.
No greats ever here again. Unless...
Yes.
Unless...
We need the support of every single person in this community in the next 1 minute, or we won't open. It's no use. We're through.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's because I've said it before.
Oh.
But never like this.
All about music. What a great show it would have been. Pull the plug.
Down the drain. A last drain effort.
Let's come up out of the ditch.
We'll win this one for the kipper.
Who's he?
He's us.
Oh.
He's we.
Yeah.
He's everybody who's ever sweated for the theater.
Stiff upper
Lip, we need a parade. We need a Bafo musical parade to plug our show all about music.
and plug it good. Why didn't we?
Think of this before. We need drums.
Tubas, clarinets, bassoons.
Why didn't we think of this bassoona? It's too late. The beat is beat is beat is beat.
Willie, look out the window.
I'm jumping out the window.
It's here.
I'm here, and I'll soon be there.
Willie, don't you see it here?
Great Caesar's cadiddle hopper. It's a mirage. I mean a mirage.
It's no mirage. I mean, it's no mirage. It's a gigantic parade, and it's Plug and Our show, all about music.
It looks like everybody in town's in this mirage.
It's no mirage. I mean, it's no mirage. It's a real mirage. I mean, a parade. I mean, a parade.
Our minds shaking. It's our minds. They've gone.
We're not seeing things. Can't you see?
We are.
I mean, we are seeing things, real things. Look, it's Bartlett's.
Sweet Lollapalooza's ghost. The theater is saved.
Taking it from the top, striking the key, painting our sides, it's you and me. Writing our words down or practicing gag lines as you tell the jokes and I play the folks. Taking it from the top, swishing your drum, strumming your uke, everyone hum. Play us your music and whistle my songs, or we might sketch a dove. Art makes us strong, come on and join us as we look for art in us all. Yes, it's there to believe. It will rise if we call. Come on, join us as we look for art in us all. Yes, it's there to believe. It will rise if we call. Once again from the top, make it precise. All is exact. Art's so nice. Music and dancing and painting and playing, they all make us strong. Artists move all in our ways.
From the Top was made possible by grants from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, the Connecticut Commission on the Arts, and the Roberts Foundation. The following program was made possible by grants from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, the Connecticut Commission on the Arts, and the Roberts Foundation.
What first got you interested in the violin? Way back at the beginning.
Wait. Well, I'll tell you. I was interested when I was 3 and a half. And it was very simple. My parents had the radio on, and they had Jascha Heifetz. So it was pretty good. So I said, I want to play like that. So, you know, it's the old story. My parents got me a little 8-size fiddle, and I went, nothing happened, so I threw it under the bed. And I don't know, everybody has the same story. You begin to think it's not genuine, but that's what happened. And then at the age of 5, I started. And then they bought me a quarter-size violin, and I must say it didn't sound much better.
When did you move to the United States?
When I was 13, it was Ed Solomon. He came to Israel, and he wanted to have a really terrific shoe, and he auditioned all sorts of people. He wanted to have an Israeli variety show. So he auditioned dancers, and we even had a shadowgrapher that made shadows on the wall, you know, and it was incredible. This is a bird. Anyway, so I was chosen in the fiddle department, if there's such a thing, and I came to the States in 1958, so I was 13 years old.
How often do you practice, and what conditions do you practice under?
The worst. No, I feel that right now you see, when you're studying and you're an active professional student,
Yeah.
I always like to do that, solid practicing every day is the most important thing. In other words, I know some people come to me and say, oh, today I practiced 9 hours. God. I said, what did you practice yesterday? Oh, I didn't practice. I couldn't practice yesterday. And you see, that's not right. I'd rather somebody practice 2 or 3 hours every day rather than, you know, one day 7 or 8 hours and skip a couple of days and then another day 10 hours and go crazy. Because after a while, you know, after like 4 or 5 hours, you go gaga. As far as I'm concerned, you don't know what the hell is going on. You know, I mean, you know, you practice the same thing over and over again, and it just becomes a mess. And then he says, "Oh, let's see. Oh my God, yes, another 5 hours." and you know, the important thing about it right now, I haven't devised anything, but what I'm really saying is that I now have a thing called I call it instant practice. You see, and really, this is really what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try and practice and really look for quality of practice rather than quantity. In other words, the quantity should be there, but it should be quite moderate. In other words, 3 or 4 hours a day, as far as I'm concerned, is good if it's done in a very concentrated way.
What do you think about other kinds of music like rock and jazz as far as violin goes?
Well, I don't know. I've done some. It's not exactly jazz, but I did do Joplin, and I do that a lot. I've transcribed some Joplin rags, and I love to play those. As far as jazz and the violin, I think it's terrific. Okay, this is a Joplin rag that I transcribed, and it's for violin and piano now. All right?
any special suggestions for younger musicians, trying to break into the, into music?
Well, I'll tell you. Number one, if you got the goods, you're gonna make it. That's all it is. As far as it's the question is how fast you're gonna make it, or how slow you're gonna make it. That's the thing. It's a question of luck also, as to how fast or how slow it is. Like when I entered the competition, the Leventrit competition, that was the only competition I ever went to. It was the Leventrit, and I went for just a few reasons, and that was number one, to get a management, and number two, to get some opportunities to play with some good orchestras, so people would listen. And that's all I thought that I could get from this competition, and that's all I wanted. And the rest, I was hoping to do it myself.
You recommend competitions?
I recommend thinking before entering a competition very, very hard as to what would happen if you lose. Don't think what would happen if you win. Think what would happen if you lose. If you feel that it's not going to be too bad if you lose, then go to the competition. And also choose ones that you feel that you can win, and also ones that you feel that you can that are really important, and that what it is. For example, there are competitions that you can win $10,000, but they don't give you anything else. I'd rather have a competition that they don't give you any money, but that they give you an appearance with the New York Philharmonic or the Detroit Symphony or Cleveland or Chicago or something like this. I'd rather have that than $20,000 when it comes to a career, because you can win your $10,000, and what are you going to do? You're going to rent Carnegie Hall for 3 concerts. Let's Lee. You know the story about that? About this guy who couldn't say Rimsky-Korsakov?
No.
You know? You heard it? This guy, he had to have music by Rimsky-Korsakov, and he couldn't say it. And he says, and now a piece by Miski-Reskakos, Riskin-Eskados, Hoskan-Eskabis. And so he couldn't. He was rehearsing, and he had to do it in a week, and he was upset, and he was practicing Rimsky-Morsakov, Rimsky-Korsakos. Rimsky, and finally he could say Rimsky-Korsakov. He was so happy, and he comes to the program and says, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe Moe with tonight's classics. And first, a piece by Rimsky-Korsakov, The Blight of the Bumblebee."
A lot of us have been wondering if we could hear you play the Paganini.
Let's see. How does it go? Let me see. Is my watch still on? Yes. Stops the blood circulation. Then I'll have an excuse. Yeah, I'll leave it on. would love to play a concert by telephone. You know, yes, what is it, Joe?
Oh, this is your manager speaking. I have a concert for you in Los Angeles.
Can you do it tomorrow night? Oh, sure. What's the area code? You know, I'd love to do that.
The preceding program was made possible by grants from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, the Connecticut Commission on the Arts, and the Roberts Foundation.